Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee that promotes and grows youth leadership that ensures the future leaders lead from today by educating and inspiring them to soar higher and higher.
Welcome to the Young Leaders Committee, the leadership channel for growing and supporting leaders in all spheres of life. It's exciting to be on our Young Leaders International Forum. Scan the QR displayed on the screen to join. I hope to see you there. This series is on team dynamics and development and focuses today on building a strong team culture. We said in an earlier video that it's not societies alone that have culture. We stated clearly that organizations also have culture. So let's proceed now to look at some key concepts in today's video. Team culture refers to the collection of shared values, beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors that influence how members of a team interact, communicate, make decisions, and achieve common goals. It defines the personality of a team. A team has personality, shapes its atmosphere, and ensures a sense of belonging, motivation, and psychological safety. A strong team culture creates a cohesive, supportive, and innovative environment where members feel a sense of belonging, are motivated to collaborate, and can achieve high performance. A strong team culture aligns with the broader organizational culture, but focuses on the specific dynamics and needs of the individual teams. It fosters a productive and positive work environment. Its key aspects include open communication, trust, mutual respect, clearly defined goals, and celebrating collective achievements. A strong team culture describes a situation where a team has accepted certain values, beliefs, and practices with a determination to adhere to them in order to achieve set targets, and no member attempts to deviate from them. That's important. They allow the team's culture to override their individual whims and inclinations. Every team member willingly buys into their culture as established. There's a strong culture theory in organizational studies which posits that organizations with a well-defined, robust culture tend to perform better than those with a weaker, less distinct culture. A strong team culture is vital. Why is it vital? Because it boosts productivity, increases employee engagement and satisfaction, improves retention, fosters better communication and collaboration, and ultimately contributes to an organization's overall growth and success. A positive culture creates a sense of belonging and trust, provides a psychologically safe environment where team members feel motivated and supported to share ideas and work together effectively. Here are other key reasons why team culture is important. It boosts productivity and innovation. That is, a positive culture fosters psychological safety. We have mentioned this the third time. Encourages team members to share ideas and concerns without fear, which leads to innovation and better problem solving. Next, it increases employee engagement and satisfaction. This is because team members feel valued, understood, and connected to their work and the organization, leading to higher job satisfaction and a greater sense of commitment to team goals. Again, it improves employee retention. When employees are part of a healthy, supportive culture, they are more likely to stay with the organization. This reduces turnover and associated recruitment and training costs. Another significance, it enhances communication and collaboration. Unity and close relationships among employees promote cooperation and support. It creates a cohesive team that works together effectively to achieve shared goals. Why is it important? Because it fosters trust and belonging. A strong culture builds trust and a sense of belonging. It enables quicker decision making and a greater sense of shared purpose within the team. Another purpose, it attracts top talent. A positive and inspiring culture is a significant factor in attracting and retaining top talent. This is because job seekers actively avoid companies with a negative reputation. Another significance, it drives business growth. Ultimately, a thriving team culture is linked to higher performance, greater agility, and increased revenue, making it a critical component of an organization's long-term success. Workplace culture is crucial because it shapes employee experience, impacts everything from productivity and engagement to recruitment and retention. While a positive culture fosters a sense of belonging, encourages collaboration, and boosts overall well-being, which leads to increased job satisfaction and improved performance, a negative culture can lead to decreased morale, high turnover, and ultimately hinder organizational success. Team culture has the power to foster social cohesion, promote well-being, and stimulate economic growth. It acts as a catalyst for creativity, innovation, and intercultural understanding. Having said this, let us proceed to look at another subtopic, understanding team culture dynamics. Team culture dynamics refers to how team culture functions. The dynamics of team culture refers to the ever-changing, often unwritten behavioral and psychological forces that influence how a team functions and interacts in order to achieve shared goals. This encompasses communication styles, trust, leadership, conflict resolution, and the shared values that shape a team's collective personality and performance. Positive team dynamics lead to better communication, innovation, and productivity, while negative dynamics can cause conflict, inefficiency, and low morale. Here are some key elements of team culture dynamics. 1. Interactions and communication. How team members exchange information, listen, and resolve disagreements is central to team dynamics. Next, discharging roles and responsibilities. Roles and responsibilities must be clearly defined to prevent confusion and ensure everyone contributes effectively. In addition, those saddled with responsibilities should discharge them promptly and properly. Next, observing team norms and culture. Shared values, beliefs, and expectations about acceptable behavior create the team's unique culture. All members are expected to partake in evolving and observing them. Next, partaking in decision making. The processes used for collective choice and problem solving significantly impact team performance. Team dynamics requires the participation of all members. Next, engaging in conflict resolution. The methods that teams use in handling disagreements and maintain harmony are crucial for a positive environment. The involvement of all and sundry produces balanced and most appropriate results. Next, ensuring psychological safety. Leaders are expected to create workplace environments where every team member has a high degree of confidence to feel safe to express ideas, take risks, and blame themselves without fear of being judged. Another, integrating diversity. Integrating varied backgrounds and perspectives enhances resilience, stimulates creativity, and promotes inclusivity. Leaders promote this, and members go along. Let's look at criteria for strong team culture. For teams to have a strong culture, the following are required and should be considered and put in place. 1. The team must be formally formed, inaugurated. 2. They have the power to evolve their own culture and modus operandi. 3. The constituents of their culture is collectively developed. And 4. The elements of their cultural composition are sound, rational, and in the interest of the organization, the team, and the members of the team. The next requirement is that they should have the humility to subject themselves to the elements of their culture. That requires that they develop the personalities to accept and work by their culture. Strong team culture criteria include open communication, trust and respect, shared vision and defined roles, accountability, psychological safety, support for growth, and a focus on well-being and inclusion. These elements create a foundation where team members feel safe to contribute, collaborate effectively, and feel valued, leading to better performance and overall success. Let's look at them under the following. Requirements to build strong team culture. What do we require to build strong team culture? There are two principal phases involved in building a strong team culture. The first is evolving the ground rules, and the second is living out the agreed upon rules. As people in teams work together, other aspects of their culture emerge. Culture, being dynamic, consequently undergoes changes. However, there are certain requirements leaders must intentionally engage in order to build strong team cultures. These are particularly necessary for new teams, but could significantly strengthen the culture of existing teams. And here is the list, though not exhaustive. Amiable personalities. This matters. It matters much and should be considered as vital. This is because it has the propensity to affect many other things. Next, personal commitment geared towards ensuring that they work as a team and achieve set goals. Next, regular reflection on the culture of the team in order to keep it in mind, as that would guide actions. And next, a willingness to adjust when there is deviation or departure from the norm. And next, they should work towards a friendly and cohesive attitude and relationship amongst them. Again, deliberate intent to improve on team culture and performance is vital and should be considered. The following are also required to make team culture strong: open and transparent communication. When team members feel safe to share ideas, feedback, and concerns without fear of judgment, this will foster a healthy exchange of information. Another, trust and respect. As a foundational element where team members trust each other's intentions and capabilities and treat everyone equally regardless of their role or tenure. Another, clear vision and purpose. It's important to have a shared understanding of the team's mission, goals, and values. This will provide a needed direction and a common purpose. Another, defined roles and responsibilities. To build a strong team culture demands that each member understands their specific roles, the expectations of their work, and has a sense of ownership and autonomy. Next, psychological safety. Teams should create environments where individual members feel safe to take risks. We have said this and we are repeating it because it's important. Where they admit mistakes, promote innovation, and learn to be vulnerable without negative consequences. Next, employee well-being. Prioritize the physical and mental health of team members. Recognize that their well-being directly impacts their performance. So with this, we proceed to the next subtopic: changing team culture. Why should we do so? How should we do so? When should we do so? These are the things we want to discuss here. From all we have discussed so far, it's obvious that culture is not cast in stones. Actually, teams will be better if they open up to regular or frequent changes. Like human beings, the culture of a team needs to grow with requisite and helpful changes. Change in a team's culture should be predicated on purpose, approach, and period. First, discern the need for changes. Observe the things that are no longer working or are becoming an impediment to achieving your operational goals. One way to get such feedback is to administer opinionaires or survey instruments. Where there is liberty to air people's opinion, a time could be created in your meeting to gather individual impressions and observations. The approach adopted very often matters and determines success or failure. Good things have been done in bad ways or at the wrong times and consequently attracted backlash. Your team needs to agree on whether all team members should look at the changes at the same time. Would it be better if a key member articulates their thoughts, or those of members and make a presentation? Would the leadership initiate the change process? You need to agree on this and build your culture. The reasons why teams should dream of and effect changes seem obvious, but let's still mention some. It is believed that change is constant and that it's the sole essence of living. Some even say that those who fail to change end up in chains. To fail to change when it's needed could seriously discourage, stagnate, and or impede growth. Positive change in the right direction and at the right time lends itself to growth, greater enthusiasm, and motivation. Let's now look at how to build good team culture. Building a positive team culture is one of the most important tasks of leaders. Building a strong and positive team culture is crucial for team success and requires deliberate effort. It involves defining core values, fostering open communication, encouraging collaboration, and recognizing achievements. By creating an environment where team members feel valued, respected, and motivated, you can enhance productivity, engagement, and overall team performance. Challenges to making teams strong. We have been talking about making teams strong. There are challenges. As is common in many human endeavors and establishments, making things happen could be challenging. However, challenges don't kill, and many times they have been surmounted. Therefore, leaders should face the storm. Leaders are there to wade through challenges and come out with desired outcomes. Here are some of the challenges to expect when planning to make teams strong. 1. Aversion to innovation. There are people who are nearly always skeptical about new things. They might seek even over 100% assurance before delving into new things. Take note of such persons and think of how to handle that. Next, indifference. Some workers might be indifferent to things. They may hesitate to initiate, may not want to take part in effecting the change needed, but they may not really oppose the move. So it is leadership responsibility to get them on board. Next, lack of foresight. Team members in this category are different from those in the two categories just discussed. It will be necessary to both envision and motivate them to action. They may be willing or even eager to embrace the development eventually. Another one, personality issues. A sweet, pleasant, and amiable personality can do much to initiate or embrace the act of making teams strong. On the other hand, a poor personality could be a huge challenge to making a team strong. Strategic interactions and trainings could handle some of these challenges. Adopting a wrong, not very well accepted approach could really be a challenge to making teams strong. We said earlier and wish to reiterate that approach matters very much. It deserves cautious attention. Another challenge, fear of many things, and consequently, fear of everything. Such fears as cost envisaged, possible flop of plan or effort, and many others you may not be able to enumerate here. Building a strong team culture should be every leader's aspiration and focus. The benefits far outweighs the costs. Thank you so much for listening. Did you pick anything new or anything challenging? Do you disagree with any thoughts expressed here? Is there something you would like us to take note of and possibly bring up here for discussion? Please send them to the comment section or via our email address on the screen. For your information, our international forum has commenced. This mentoring platform could be that rare opportunity you have long desired to have. Join now so you can rise to the zenith of your career. Once again, thank you for your time.